Allow your head to drop down towards your heart as you lift your heart up to greet it. Take a moment here to become fully present inside of your body, keeping your mind connected to your breath. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, head up, eyes open. Surya Namaskar A 5 times. Inhale, arms up, eyes up, palms touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the front body, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, push-up position or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to take any variations or any type of movements that you want in this first downward facing dog or any downward facing dog. Tonight we're just going to show you the bare bones practice. Keep your mind connected to your breath. Smooth inhales and exhales as you look towards the belly button or the pelvic bone. Finish the exhalation, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, lightly come to the front of the mat. Keep the breath flowing as you inhale, stretch the front body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch, look up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, arms up, eyes up, breath up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale, right into a push-up position or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Finish the exhalation, lift the heels, look forward as the knees bend, and then inhale, come all the way to the front of the mat, stretch the front body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Finish the exhalation. Use the inhale to come all the way to the front of the mat. Stretch the front body here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms touch, palms touch. Exhale, Samastiti. 2 more times. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, look to the tip of the nose as you fold. Inhale, stretch the front body. Still looking to the tip of the nose. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Finish the exhalation as the heels lift the knees, bend. Inhale, come all the way to the front of the mat. Lengthen the front body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. 1 more time. Inhale, arms up, palms touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keeping the mind connected to a smooth, soft rhythm of your breath. Finish the exhalation, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, come all the way to the front of the mat. Lengthen the front body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, Samastiti. 3 Surya Namaskar B. Drop the buttocks down towards the heels as the knees bend. Inhale, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale, jump back to Chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. The right leg comes forward as the left heel connects to the ground. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, surrender down, come right back to Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. The left leg comes forward, warrior 1 on the left side. Keep the hips low. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Allow yourself to regroup here, smoothing out the rhythm of the breath. Finish the exhalation, lift the heels, bend the knees, inhale, come all the way to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back through Utkatasana, the buttocks drop down, the arms come up, and then exhale, Samasthiti. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, arms up, look up, drop the butt down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg comes forward, drop the left heel to the ground. Inhale, look up, exhale, right back to Chaturanga. You can also use knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg comes forward, warrior one on the left side. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Finish the exhalation, lift the heels, bend the knees. Inhale, come all the way to the front of the mat, lengthen the front body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, drop the buttocks down, back through Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Samasthiti. Last time, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the front body, and then exhale back into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg comes forward, warrior one on the right side, keep the hips low. Exhale, Chaturanga. Long exhalation here. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg comes forward, warrior one on the left side. Exhale, a long exhalation into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Finish the exhalation, lift the heels, bend the knees. Inhale, come all the way to the front of the mat, lengthen the front body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back through chair pose, Utkatasana. The buttocks come down, arms come up, and exhale, Samasthiti. Coming into the standing series here, come into Utkatasana, drop the buttocks down, keep the knees together, look towards the tips of the thumbs. Imagine that the hands or the arms are shooting out from the heart, the head falls back. Keep looking up towards the sky or the ceiling, interlace the fingers and turn the palms away from you. Keep the heels onto the ground and drop down here so that the rib cage comes towards the tops of the thighs. Line the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, and the buttocks with one another, and lift the heels off the ground. Hold here. Exhale, keep the heels lifting, drop the hands down to the ground for Bakasana. Crow pose, take the knees into the backs of the upper arms. If you don't have crow pose yet, just work with the pose wherever you're at, bringing the head onto the ground and the knees into the backs of the upper arms. Try lifting one leg and then another. Try keeping both legs up and slowly lifting your head. Take a big inhalation here. Use the exhalation to take yourself back into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. The right leg comes forward for standing poses on the right side. Keep the hips low as you come into warrior one here. Exhale, open the arms, look towards the middle finger of the front hand as you come into Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Finish the exhalation, straighten the front leg, look down towards the big toe, Trikonasana. Bring the palm of the hand down until you can see it, and push the feet away from each other to activate the muscles of the legs. Inhale, bring the arm all the way up, look to the thumb. Exhale, look down towards the big toe and then bring that upper arm down and outside of the foot. Use a block if you need it here. Inhale, bring the opposite arm up, Parvarita Trikonasana, revolving triangle pose. Exhale, bend the front knee, bring the upper arm down and slide it outside the foot, or bring the elbow up onto the thigh if needed. Parsvakonasana, the opposite arm comes up and over, look to the palm of the hand. Exhale, cross the arm across the midline of the body, bring the hand outside the foot here. If that doesn't work for you for revolving side angle, you can also come into a prayer position, hooking that upper arm over that upper thigh. Otherwise, bring the arm up and over. If the hand is outside of the foot, look to the palm of the hand, looking for that straight line from the back heel all the way out through the fingertips. Finish the exhalation. Bring both hands down onto the ground and then step yourself back into a push-up position. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the elbows down onto the ground, kick up into Pincha Mayurasana here. If you don't have Pincha Mayurasana elbow balance, you can play around with just lifting one leg and then the other. If you have elbow balance, come all the way into it now. Don't worry if you fall out. Take a little bit of time here. It's your practice. Play with the pose in whatever way feels right for you. Try to let go of working at a wall at some point, though. Finish the exhalation. Bring the feet back down onto the ground if they were ever lifted, and then push the hands into the ground firmly to lift the elbows up, downward facing dog. Standing poses on the left side, bring the left leg forward for warrior one. Inhale, the arms come up. Feel as though the arms are shooting directly out of the heart. The fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, warrior two. Open the arms up here. Keep the hips low. Finish the exhalation, straighten the front leg, look down towards the big toe, Trikonasana. Bring the upper arm down so you can see the palm of the hand, then push the 2 feet away from one another so you feel the muscles of the legs activate. Inhale and bring the arm up, look to the thumb. Finish the exhalation. Swap arm positions now. That right hand comes outside of the left foot as the left arm goes up to the sky. Look to the thumb on the left hand. Finish the exhalation. Bend that front knee as you slide the hand outside of the foot or bring the arm up onto the upper thigh. Bring the opposite arm up and over. Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. Looking for that straight line from the back heel all the way out through the fingertips. Honor that it's a different side of the body now, so maybe the pose feels and looks differently. This is okay. Exhale, swap arm positions. Either coming into a prayer pose with the hands, hooking it over the thigh, or taking the hand outside of the foot and bringing the opposite arm up and over, looking to the palm of the hand. Notice here how the hips want to rise up a little bit. Try to keep the hips low. Exhale. Both hands come down to the ground. Step yourself back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Take a moment here, really open up the front body. And then exhale, downward facing dog. You get to play around with Pincha Mayurasana one more time. You can always do these little push-ups, trying to strengthen the shoulder region, or kicking up with both legs, playing around with that. Or you can also use this time as a rest. If you have Pincha Mayurasana, you can also just go right up into it. Exhale, bring the feet down. Push the hands into the ground and straighten the arms. Keep the feet exactly where they are. Step the hands back just 2 hands with distance. Then push firmly off of the ground to shoot yourself back to the back edge of the mat. For Padangusthasana, hook the big toes with the peace fingers. Pull up strongly here to lengthen the front body. Then bend the elbows out to the side as you bring the rib cage towards the upper thighs. Let the head curl in, the chin tuck in slightly. Look towards the belly button or the pubic bone. Inhale, lengthen the front body, Padahastasana. Lift the feet up and slide the hands right underneath them so the backs of the palms are onto the ground. Take the tips of the toes all the way up to the wrists if this works for you. Spreading out the fingers, pushing each fingernail down. Inhale, lengthen the front body. The arms are straight at first, and then exhale. Let the elbows bend out to the side as you compress slightly here, looking towards the belly button. Then you should begin to study yourself inside of each of the asanas. That's what the time is there for. See what adjustments you need to make to find more balance, to find more ease and softness. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lengthen the front body here. Release the hands from underneath the feet. Interlace the elbows and then stretch the elbows back behind the head. Let the spine get longer and longer here. Push the thigh bones apart from one another to open up the lower back. Inhale, move away from the legs a little bit. Exhale, begin to swing the body. So on the exhale, the arms come in towards the lower legs. On the inhale, they come slightly away. As you do this, keep the legs as straight as possible, even leaning back slightly so the weight is into the heels. Then power up the breath, bring more and more energy to the body, and use a big inhalation to come all the way to standing. You should be at the back edge of the mat here. Step the feet all the way together to touch. Inhale, lengthen the arms up towards the ceiling. Rise high up onto the heels and then begin to take small steps forward, lifting one knee and then another as you walk a straight line to the front of the mat. Once you get to the front edge of the mat, release the heels back down onto the ground. The fingertips come together. Take a big step to the right as you open up the arms and the legs for Prasarita Padottanasana. The toes turn in slightly towards one another. Inhale, the arms come up, look up, and then exhale. You can bring the hands down to the ground. If you have a lot of flexibility in this pose, then the hands come back towards the heels. The elbows are directly above the wrists. The crown of the head comes towards the ground. If you want to play around with going up into headstand from here, by all means, go ahead. Otherwise, you can just hold the posture. If you have limited flexibility in this pose, I've showed in another video before, you can stretch the arms forward like downward facing dog with the upper body. And eventually, this will get your spine to lengthen enough so that you can go all the way into the pose. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, push the ground away as you straighten the arms. Exhale here. Inhale, rise all the way up. A long inhalation. The arms come up, look up. Then exhale for reverse prayer. If you don't have reverse prayer, you can grab the wrists or the elbows, whatever's right for you. Inhale, lengthen the front body, a small back bend. Exhale once more, bring the crown of the head to the ground. If you have flexibility in this pose, the crown of the head may come down. Eventually, the back of the skull may connect to the earth. Finish the exhalation, a long inhalation, rise all the way up. The arms come up, palms touch, look up. Then exhale, the hands come behind the back body. Interlace the fingers in that way that feels least comfortable. Then inhale, lengthen the upper body here especially, and exhale. Bring the arms around you so that eventually the hands may come to the ground, the head comes to the ground once more. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, rise all the way up. Release the arms, the palms touch. And then exhale, the hands come right down to grab the big toes with the peace fingers. Inhale, lengthen the front body here. And then exhale, pull yourself into the pose by pulling strongly onto the big toes with the peace fingers. The thumb connects to the other two fingers. Let the arms be fully involved here. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale, place the elbows down onto the ground for Samakonasana, splits position, and then begin to stretch the legs apart from one another to whatever your maximum is here, keeping the belly tucked in and up. Begin to walk the feet slightly in towards each other, and then turn slowly to face the back edge of the mat for Hanumanasana, the splits. If you have the full splits, you come into the full splits, the arms come up and then stretch forward and reach around that front leg. Otherwise, take any variation that's right for you tonight or today or morning, whatever time this is for you. Notice if you're still connected to your breath here. Inhale, the arms come up, look up, and then move really slowly here to feel the femur bones moving in the hip sockets. So you can really feel how tight the pelvis is. Going to the opposite side, just honoring that there are two sides of the body and that you might be experiencing the practice differently in them. Inhale, the arms come up, stretch up, and then exhale, come over that front thigh or take any variation that's right for you. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, rise all the way up. Once again, roll really slowly so that you can feel those big bones of the upper legs move inside the hip sockets and come to this wide leg seated position. Inhale, the arms come up. Slide the feet in a little bit closer towards each other. They don't have to be so far apart. Then exhale, reach out and grab the outer edges of the feet. Inhale, lengthen the front body here, and exhale, the chest comes down to the ground first. Again, if you struggle with flexibility in these poses and the spine is really rounding, rather than allow the spine to round, take the hands up onto the calves or the shin bones and pull them towards you to lift the chest. So you can actually stay here for the rest of these postures that we're in on the ground, and you'll get more benefit than if you try to force yourself before it's your time. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, the arms come all the way up. Then the right arm comes inside the right upper thigh. The left arm reaches up and over to grab the outer edge of the right foot. If you can't reach up and over, you can grab in front of the face and then pull the foot towards you to try to twist the torso and look underneath the armpit. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, come all the way up, then switch arms. That left arm comes inside the left upper thigh. Reach up and over with the right hand and grab the outer left foot. Otherwise, reach in front of you and then pull yourself into the pose, looking underneath the armpit. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, the arms come all the way up, a long inhalation. And then exhale once more, reach out and grab the outer edges of the feet. Or if you're working on the posture here, grab up on the shin bones, lengthen the front body, and then exhalation, on the exhalation, descend. So the chest should come down to the ground first, and then eventually the chin, and maybe the forehead as well. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale here. Inhale, the arms come all the way up. And then exhale, release. Turn to face the back edge of the mat and then frame the inner and outer thigh with the legs. On the inhalation, lift yourself up. Try to hold yourself here just a few more breaths. If you don't have it, you can always just do small push-ups, keeping the heels on the ground or lifting one heel. Play around with that. Then we'll go to the opposite side. You can always pause the video if you want to play with the poses more, and then lift yourself up. And exhale, release. Okay, so I've already showed how to come out of this pose and back into Prasarita Padottanasana. So if you know how to come out of this pose, you can just come out any way you want. I'm going to come out through an arm balance. Daphna's going to come out any way she wants. You come out any way you want. If you want to come out through an arm balance, come out, just take 2 or 3 breaths here with the ankles connected, Ujjapitasana. And then straighten out the legs. Try to straighten the arms, keep the butt lifting. And then to come all the way out, just tip yourself forward with the hands here till the feet come to the ground. And inhale, lengthen, come all the way back up to standing. And exhale, step towards the front of the mat. Parsvottanasana, a small step to the right as the arms open here, the hands come behind you in reverse prayer. You can also just grab the elbows or the wrists, turn to face the back edge of the mat, and inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale, descend. Bring the chin towards the shin. And sometimes I even like to play with curling the chin into the chest and pushing the knee back, which I think is actually something they do in Bikram. So you can just play around, it's your practice. Inhale, rise all the way up. And then exhale, go in the opposite direction. Lengthen the front body, and then exhale. The chin comes towards the front shin, or if you're playing around with that compression, the forehead comes to the knee, and then the forehead actually pushes the knee back. Inhale, rise all the way up. Turn to face the wide edge of the mat as the arms stretch out, and then exhale, come back to the front of the mat. Uttita Hasta Padangustasana, so the left hand comes high up onto the rib cage. The right arm extends out in front of you, and then on an inhalation, swing the leg and try to grab for the big toe. If you need a belt, now's the time to grab a belt. You'll just stay here for the duration of the postures, using the belt, holding it with both arms. Otherwise, if it's right for you, you can bring the chin to the shin. Inhale, lengthen the front body, lift the chin, and then exhale, take the leg out to the side, looking in the opposite direction. Inhale, the leg comes back through center, and then a quick touch down with the chin and the shin. And then release the big toe here. It's fun to try to do the whole practice while talking. By fun, I mean hard. And stretch the leg out, point the toe, Hold here. Everyone's favorite pose. And then bend the knee, don't let the leg drop to the ground, take the leg into half lotus. So if you have the bind, you take the right arm behind the back of the body and grab for the big toe. And then the left arm comes up to the ceiling. If you don't have the bind, don't worry about it. You can take some other variation of the pose. If you can't get the leg in half lotus, just stick with tree pose for now. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale here. And then use the inhalation to rise all the way back up. And exhale, release. Going in the opposite side, that right hand, I always go high up on the rib cage because it sort of keeps my body lifting. Then the left arm comes out in front of you. Again, you can use the belt here if you need to. Reach out, grab for the big toe. Inhale, and then exhale, chin to shin. Inhale, lift the head back up. Let's see if I can keep it. And then exhale, take the leg out to the side. Look in the opposite direction. Inhale, the leg comes back through center. Exhale, a quick touchdown with the chin and the shin. And then inhale, rise back up. Release the big toe, take both arms overhead. These are those challenging postures that may hurt a little bit, so you try to keep the face as relaxed as possible and the breath as smooth as possible. And then keep the leg lifting as you exhale. Bend the knee, come into half lotus here. Reach around the back body for the bind. And then inhale, the right arm can come up. Again, if you don't have the bind, it's no worry. Just take some variation of the pose, challenging yourself a little bit so that at least you're growing in strength and flexibility. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale here. Inhale, if you folded, come all the way back up, arm stretches up, and then exhale, release. Nice work. We're going to take ourselves down now for the half series, first series. Come through a vinyasa. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the front body, and then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Jump all the way through and come to sit onto your butt. Dandasana. Stretch the legs out in front of you and then take the hands down next to the hip bones, the upper thighs. Spread the toes here. Push the root of the palm into the ground, the base of the thumb. Bring the shoulder blades back and together. Drop the chin towards the chest, but keep the eyes open. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, arms come all the way up, stretch up, Paschimottanasana. Reach out, grab around the bottoms of the feet. We'll only take one Paschimottanasana now. Stretch the front body to lengthen, and then exhale, fold. Finish the exhalation. Keep the hands where they are. Inhale, lengthen the front body. And then exhale here, Purvottanasana. Have the fingertips face the front edge of the mat. Bend the knees slightly. Bring the bottoms of the feet to the ground and then lift yourself up. Head goes back. Straighten the legs. Exhale. Release the posture. Take yourself up and back for a vinyasa. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Jump yourself all the way forward and through, coming into Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Take the right leg into half lotus here. Reach around the back body, excuse me, and try to grab for the big toe. If you have the bind, awesome. You can also use a belt. You don't have to do the bind. Inhale, the arm comes up, and exhale. Reach out and grab that left foot. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale here. Then release the pose. Take yourself up and back through a vinyasa. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Coming all the way through for Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. On the opposite side, take the left leg into half lotus and then grab around the back body for the bind. Otherwise, use a belt. Inhale the arm up and then exhale. Reach out and grab the outside of the foot. Try not to keep the thumb onto the top of the foot here and disrupt the movement of the metatarsals, the bones of the foot. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale here. And take yourself through a vinyasa. You can always skip the vinyasas if you feel like it, or stay with us and do them. Depends on your practice, where you are tonight. Every day might be a little bit different. This time when you jump through, you're going to bend the right knee and drop the right knee onto the ground for Triangulation Ekapada Paschimottanasana. So you're going to use the inhalation, come forward, the left leg stretches out, the right knee drops down. Inhale, the arms come up, look up, and then take that right hand, grab the left wrist as you make the bind around the bottom of the foot. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, chin comes towards the shin. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lengthen the front body here, and then exhale. Release the posture, take yourself up and back through a vinyasa. You can push off that bent knee foot and then come into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Coming through on the opposite side. Now keep that left knee bent, drop it right down onto the ground. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, stretch forward here. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Pull to lengthen on the inhale, and exhale, descend. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale here. Then the hands come down. Inhale, take yourself back through into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Janu Shirshasana A and B. Jump yourself all the way forward and bend the right leg out to the side. Swivel yourself slightly so you face that left leg, and then reach out, and if you grab for the bind, grab for the bind. That right hand grabs for the left wrist. Then inhale, lengthen the front body, and exhale, fold. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale here, taking Janu Shirshasana B. Slowly release. The toes still face forward. The knee angle between the two knees shortens just a little bit. Then you come to sit onto the heel. Reach out and grab for the foot once more. Pull to lengthen. On the inhale, exhale, descend. And you should really be studying your body in these poses, so you want to think about the back body more than the front body even, and the side bodies, looking for equality. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale here. And then slowly release the posture. Take yourself up and back through a vinyasa. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. And then jump yourself forward and through for Janu Shirshasana on the opposite side. So that left leg will bend. The top of the foot comes slightly down towards the floor and the knee rolls in, or so that the center of the knee faces up to the sky. And reach out, grab for the bind here. That left hand grabs the right wrist. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, chin to shin. Inhale, lengthen once more, and exhale here. And then release the bind, come to sit onto the heel. Again, the toes face towards the heel of the front leg. The angle between the two knees closes off slightly. And then you reach out and grab for that bind once more. On the inhale, you lengthen, and on the exhale, you descend. Finish the exhale. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale here. Notice if you've lost your connection to the rhythm of the breath and try to bring it back. And then take yourself through a vinyasa. Exhale into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Marichyasana. A and C, jump yourself forward. That right leg bends. The foot comes back towards the center of the thigh. Then reach inside of the leg and grab around the front of the shin towards the back body. Take the bind if you have it here. Then try to sit up straight for a second just to get length in the side bodies. And exhale, forehead, chin, come towards knee. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lift up. Exhale here, and then take C where you wrap around the outer thigh. So you're going to twist towards the right. Take that right arm around the outer thigh, and then reach around the front of the shin here and grab that left wrist, and then look back behind you. Finish the exhalation. And slowly release, move through a vinyasa. Take yourself back into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then Marichyasana on the opposite side. Jump yourself through. That left leg bends. Grab in front of the shin and around the back body. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, descend. Inhale, lift up, exhale here. And then release, go ahead and take the opposite Marichyasana C. So once again, you grab around the outer thigh and then reach around behind you to take the bind. You can use a belt here, but you can also just push the leg back with the upper arm. Then look behind you. And exhale, slowly release. Take yourself back through a vinyasa. Exhale into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. This time, when you jump yourself forward and through for Navasana, try not to let the heels hit the ground. So you inhale, come all the way through, stretch the legs up. We'll just do it 3 times here. We're going to hold Navasana for a few breaths. Boat pose. And then bend the knees, lift the butt up, and then one more time, come into it. Cross the ankles, bend the knees, lift the butt, and then last time. And then exhale, take yourself back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time, jump all the way through. Come to lie onto the back. You can take Setubandha bridge pose here, grabbing the ankles, or bringing the hands underneath you and interlacing the fingers. Just take it for a few breaths. You can stay with this pose, or we'll do one Urdhva moves you tonight. Exhale. Place the buttocks back down onto the ground. You can repeat that posture, or if you want to take full wheel, go ahead and take full wheel. Just 5 breaths at your own pace. Exhale, come out of whatever posture you chose to take, and then roll yourself up and take yourself back through a vinyasa. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Bring that right leg forward for one leg king pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. So the right leg bends. You can inhale, push the knee and the foot down, and then come forward. Or if you want to work with the back bend, because we're nearing the end of the practice, start first just by bending the knee and bringing the heel towards the foot, or towards the outer buttock. Ooh, a Caribbean mosquito. So you can play around with any variation of this pose and this back bend that you like. If you have the foot coming towards the outer buttock for a while, you can then take the foot into the elbow pit and bring the arms up and over. You can take the bind if you have it, just whatever's in your practice. And then if you fold, inhale, come up slowly. Take that back leg forward, swing it forward, and then switch legs. So whatever you did on that opposite side, you can do on this side also. If you took the fold, take the fold. If you're working on your back bend a little bit, take your hand to the top of the foot and then just push the top of the foot down, trying to bring the heel and the buttock towards each other. Just stay here for a little bit. And then I'm going to take the foot inside the elbow. The hands come together. They can come together first. And then I take the elbow behind the head. And I actually push back slightly with the head into the lower arm here to open the chest more. And slowly release whatever variation you've chosen tonight. Swing that right leg forward for Gomukhasana. Stack it on top of the left leg so the knees stack right on top of each other. The heels are out to the side. And the left arm comes up and the right arm goes back and the hands come together. You can stay here. I actually prefer to stay in an upright position, but some people think it feels good to come forward and hook the chin over the front knee. So you can choose what's right for your practice. If you took the fold, inhale, come up slowly, exhale, and release. And if you want to switch sides, you can actually turn towards the right foot, place the hands down onto the ground, walk around the back of the mat, twist the feet here, and you come to land on the other side. That's just kind of fun to do. So then the left knee is now stacked on top of the right knee. The right arm comes up, the left arm goes back, and the hands come together. And you can stay here, you can take the fold, whatever's right for your practice. Exhale, release, or inhale, come up and then release. Take the hands down onto the ground and take yourself back into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump yourself all the way forward and through for Paschimottanasana. Inhale the arms up, lengthen the front body, and then exhale, reach out. Don't let it be so strenuous here. Just grab the feet any place that's relatively comfortable and relax into it. What do you do if you don't have Paschimottanasana? If your spine is super rounding, don't take the fold at all. Grab the shin bones, pull them towards you, and lift the chest. Let this be your work in the posture until you gain the proper flexibility to not injure your back. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lengthen the front body here. Exhale, lie onto the back and prepare for Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. The hands come down next to the outer buttocks. We'll just do 10 breaths in shoulder stand, a little halasana, and then that'll be it for our practice. So finish the exhale. Inhale, lift the body up. Grab the back of the body firmly with the hands here. The fingertips face towards the buttocks. Then inspect yourself. Notice how your feet are positioned. Try to make them as though they were going to be supporting you perfectly while standing. Finish the exhale, come into halasana. Release the hands, stretch the knuckles away from you. Tuck the shoulders together even more here. Slowly release the posture. Just roll yourself out. If you have other variations you want to take, you can always pause the video and take more variations here. Otherwise, allow yourself to gently roll out, roll up, move yourself through a vinyasa. Come all the way forward once more. And then take lotus. If you don't have lotus, you can take half lotus. You can also just take a simple cross-leg position. If you have lotus and you also have the bind, you take the arms behind you. You always grab for the big toe of the top foot first, and then grab for the foot on the bottom. Inhale, lift the chest. You can just grab the elbows here or use a belt if that's what works best for you. Otherwise, after you lift the chest, on the exhalation, bring the chin down to the ground. Exhale. Inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale, release the bind if you took it. Hook the backs of the wrists onto the knees, then connect the first finger and the tip of the thumb together. Push the backs of the wrists into the knees to send the chest forward. Let the chin drop down slightly, but keep the eyes open here. Connect back to this Ujjayi breath if you've lost it. Finish the exhalation. Inhale, lift the head, and take the hands down by the outer thighs. You can just do little push-ups here, or you can hold yourself up in the air. Take about 5 to 8 breaths here. Exhale, slowly release. If you took Padmasana, lotus pose, let the legs loosen a little bit. Take your hands down to the ground as you bend the elbows, hook them to the rib cage, and then straighten the legs out from here. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and take yourself into Shavasana. Lie all the way onto your back and stretch your legs and arms out. Let go of the practice. If you're like me, you may notice that you still cling to that Ujjayi breathing, continuing even into your Shavasana to try to regulate your breath, but try to let go of that also. When you first come into your Shavasana, you notice all the cellular energy tingling everywhere. Maybe the breath rhythm is still a little increased, or the heart rate is still a little increased. You want to stay in your Shavasana until that all starts to settle itself. The rhythm of the heart balances back out, and the breath returns to its relaxed, natural rhythm. You can stay here for as long as you need to. Close with the closing chant. You can just listen and do whatever's right for your practice as you end it. Om Swasti Prajabhyam Paripalayantam Nyayena Magena Mahi Mahisha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take a moment to salute the Guru that lives inside the hearts of each of us. May our practice benefit more than just ourselves. May it be a ripple out into the world to affect all humanity. Begin to deepen your breath. Let your eyes open. And slowly end your practice in whatever way feels right for you.